Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the King's Head, and put your hands together for your MC, Nick Hill. Evening. This is nice, isn't it? Are we well? Can you hear down the far end? Because I sound checked this earlier on. So you need to go up a bit. Yes, we'll be fine. What about down that end? Is that all right? Yeah. Is it? Let me. I'm just gonna. Sound enough. Or I'm just going deaf. Does that make any? It's made no difference, has it really? Oh, don't start. So, welcome to another night at the King's Head. It's lovely to see so many old people in yet again. It really, honestly, it's great. It's making me feel so much at home these days. It's is there actually anybody under the age of 30? Is there? Just by a show of hands, let's just have a quick look around the room. How many have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3. 3 under the age of 30. I'm not sure about you, I've got to be honest. Are you really under 30? Yeah. 23. Yeah, okay. Have you been ill? No. So, has everybody, well, I don't know if everybody has been to this gig before, have we? Is there anybody who hasn't been? Yeah. So we've got a few, what is that, you haven't been? I haven't been, yeah. Okay, so there's you two. Who else was there? 2, 3, 4. Oh, this might take some time, because what we've done is it's only a bit of tradition, only a bit of fun for the new people. We just get up one by one and introduce ourselves to this very lovely group. So we might as well start with you. Is it AA? Have a look around, what do you think? So we'll start from you. What's your name, young man? Gareth. And is this your wife's partner? Partner, brilliant. And where are you from? Portsmouth. He's over here. Portsmouth is fucking rough, isn't it? Portsmouth is fine. Portsmouth is fine. So, have we got the advances on Portsmouth? Anybody else from
Bolton?
Bolton. Oh shit, you've been top trumped, haven't you? And what brings you down from sunny Bolton?
Husband.
What, every day or just... Your husband? And is this your young...
The ginger one.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you've learned, haven't you, from last month? Because you were up on stage last month, weren't you? Doing that. That was fantastic, actually, what you did. For those of you who didn't come last month, this young man got invited up on stage to sort of ad-lib, and actually, you were better than the act, I think, weren't you? To be honest, that was how that went. So is everyone else from the lovely Cirencester? Yes. Have we got any outsiders in? Where? Brisbane. Oh, that's fun. Brisbane. You live... Okay. Oh, right, okay. That's near Stonehouse, isn't it? Just outside. So how long have you been over in the UK for?
Just over 12 months.
Oh, okay, brilliant. And was this young man brought you over the same as the...
No.
You just struck lucky? Just...
We'll go with that.
You go... Oh! I sense a bit of tension going on there. So you haven't struck lucky? No, okay. No, that's fine. I'm sure we can find you a spade to dig an even bigger fucking hole. You're doing well. So pretty much everyone else is from Cirencester, and pretty much everyone's been to the gig before. For those that haven't, so basically what happens tonight is we've got 3 fantastic acts. We'll have your first act on shortly, and then we'll have a break, and then we'll have your middle act, and then another break, and then your headline act, and then that's it. Is that all right? That's fine, because, I mean, it doesn't matter if it isn't, because that's what's happening, to be honest. So, we're all well? Pete, are we well?
Yeah.
I've been to a funeral today.
You've been to a funeral? Oh, did you? You've been to a funeral dressed like that? You look absolutely fantastic. So this young man, well, I call him young, he's 82. 83 now. Your daughter gave me false information. So he's 83. I think you need to come and sit down here and have some lessons from him. So are you okay today?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, good. And you're not drinking tonight, are you? Because you get a bit gobby when you've had a drink. Because about 2 months ago, Pete was in, he said, I'm going to heckle you next time. I'm going to practice my heckling, aren't you? But if you've been to a funeral today, we'll give it a miss tonight, shall we? So did we enjoy the coronation Saturday? Yeah, I'm not a royalist. I knew I was going to get that response inside. Absolutely knew that was coming.
Gay Cavalier.
And oh, thanks. I protested Saturday. I showed my displeasure at the whole bloody farcical scenario. Me and my wife. She's not a royalist, and I didn't get arrested. I went to the garden centre. Yeah, that's how much my protest was. It was absolutely heaven. There was hardly anybody in there. It was brilliant. And I mean, for those who do come regularly, like I've now retired. I think I'm into my 8th week of retirement, and it's a bit weird because like I'm 65 in August, and I'm finding it really hard, sort of getting used to the whole thing. And I don't know, garden centre. We seem to be spending every other fucking day in the garden centre at the minute. And I said, why are we in the garden centre again? And she's like, well, you like pottering in the garden, don't you? And I'm thinking,
Free coffees.
no, I don't qualify for those yet. And I thought, at what age do you start pottering? Is that a thing? Have we got other potterers in? No, nobody's going to miss it, are they? Absolutely nothing. And I think, well, when do I make that transfer from gardening to pottering? And it's like, oh, I hate it. But the garden centre we go to is Highfields down near Gloucester, and it's great because they've got like all sort of shopping shops and clothes shops, and I find it the thing that turns me on most at the minute is Skechers slip-on shoes. And trousers with elasticated waists, because that's where it's all going. Have we got other people in that situation? No, fucking nobody's going to make it. Of course you are. And we were just chatting, and because at the last gig I mentioned I've taken up bowls, short mat bowls with my wife. Somebody said use woods, it's better, but I quite like a head clanking off the jack, to be honest. And I've only been once, and I was banned from bowls, but I'm not gonna tell you why. And she said, well, if you're not going to come to bowls again, you need another hobby. So I've gone back to, well, not gone back to, I've taken up walking rugby, which is absolutely brilliant, because I played rugby for pretty much all my life till I was about 42, 43, and this week we played twice a week, and it's just a bunch of sort of 65 to 75-year-olds trying to relive our youth, but at a very, very slow pace. But it's quite competitive, and I do miss the old rugby days. We were chatting about it yesterday, and when I was playing, we used to have, after the game, we didn't have showers, we had a big stone bath that was like filled up to here, so quite often I'd be in there with a rubber ring. And there was always a rush to get to the bath after the game, and I was always like first in, and then 29 other blokes would pile in, and within seconds the water would turn a lovely dark grey, and everyone weeing in it, and other stuff, and being sick, and it was like, I was telling my wife this, and she nearly threw up. It was like happy days. But she said, if you're not gonna do bowls and you're gonna do walking rugby, you need something else to occupy your time. Find another hobby. So I thought about taking up beekeeping. I thought, well, that seems quite a good idea. Have we got any beekeepers in, boy? No, nothing. No, we don't need to keep bees in Cirencester. And I've done... Hey? What was that, Pete? Come on.
I said that killed the buzz.
That killed the buzz. I know, yeah. I know. I was going to do a joke about that, but I thought no. I've only got one bee joke. I was actually stung by a bee yesterday. 20 quid for a jar of honey. That's the only bee. That's the only bee joke you're going to get. And it's quite difficult because I don't know too much about beekeeping, and I've done some research. And apparently, to set up a hive, you've got to have one queen bee, and then between 5,000 to 10,000 worker bees. Did we know that? No, you see, it's educational as well as not even fucking remotely funny. And I phoned a beekeeper up. I said, I'm interested in buying some bees. He said, how many do you want? I said, well, it says between 5,000 and 10,000. I said, oh, I'll probably have 7,500 then, just to, go in the middle. He said, that's no problem. I'll bring them round. And I'm thinking, how do I know how many I'm getting? And apparently bees are quite intelligent. I didn't know this. There's, the queen bee works quite hard. She works all day. The worker bees, they're up at the crack of dawn. They fly off at light, and they're out until darkness, gathering stuff. And then there's drone bees, who apparently, and you can Google this, don't get up till about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Do very little around the hive. Just wait for the queen to bring them cups of tea and stuff, and that's about all they do. And looking around the room, I suspect there might be quite a few drone bees in here, to be honest. But I think we do have a different relationship with bees than we do with wasps, don't we? Definitely. Because bees, I think, are quite articulate. They're quite sensible. They're clever. And I think if a bee was ever going to come from a place that it belonged to, it would have to come from Cirencester, wouldn't it? It's just got that certain je ne sais quoi. Whereas a wasp, fucking Swindon. Absolutely Swindon, through and through.
Or Portsmouth.
Or Portsmouth. Oh, that wasn't deserved, was it?
No, it's true.
Why did you pick on Portsmouth when you got somebody from fucking Bolton over the back? But bees have let me down. I've got to be honest, because I thought they were quite articulate, considerate, smart. But a bee, when it finds honey, will do a waggle dance to other males to attract them to the fact that it's found honey. And I think if you go to Swindon on any Saturday night to a Wetherspoons, you'll see loads of bloke outside doing exactly the same thing. I've got to be honest, when I wrote that, I thought it was going to go down far better. So all the bee stuff was new tonight, never to make an appearance again, but sod it, I don't care. So listen, are you ready for your first act? Yes. So his name is Omar Badaway, remember that, Omar Badaway, and I think what we'll do is, Bolton lady, if we can start the applause with you in a moment when I give you the signal, and then we'll just bring it all the way through the room, down to the end, and welcome Omar to the stage, is that alright? So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, if you can start the applause, bring it right the way through the room as we welcome the lovely Omar Badaway.
Hello, how are we doing? Are you okay? Let's get more energy in. Are we okay? Not too much, but okay.